Jersey Shore? Like Seaside, Wildwood, LBI?
Like Tom's River.
Like closest to Seaside.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like
we're recording, but it's not a big deal. We can cut everything off.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, was he familiar with this place?
It's the homeland. I'm from Jersey. I'm
shut
from
the
up north.
fuck up.
That's so cool.
You were born under the boardwalk?
No, like, up north, Morris County, way up north, like in the woods.
Most of my family lives up north. Yeah, like up north, and then the New Jersey Pennsylvania border. So,
Sure. Yeah. By the water
yes.
gap.
By the Trenton makes the world takes bridge.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I grew up in Jackson. Do you know where that is?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Six Flags, great territory.
Rest in peace, King Dakar.
Sure. Well, okay. If we're talking amusement parks, I grew up. Action Park was like my backyard.
We just did an episode on Action Park.
Yeah, we did just do an
Yes,
episode.
we did.
We were talking about Knoxville and all
I
his
spent
glory.
a ton.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom still won't admit that she dropped me and my brother off there, and just left for 6
my
hours,
God.
and all
That's
the
terrible.
time.
She hit the casino
all the time. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what she was. She maybe went to the Playboy Club up there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember the Playboy
Did you
Club?
almost get hurt on the Tarzan swing?
When everybody. Oh man, I was on the Tarzan swing. Read about it. But what else was great? What nobody knows back then, because it only lasted a couple of years, but there was a skate park there, like a really good skate park, because I was into action sports. But then it got filled in, and they made it into the miniature golf course, which pissed.
That's
not a lot of people, but it made me.
Yeah, that's like the antithesis of skateboarding.
Made me and my
golf.
I feel like given Action Park's track record, a skate park would not be very feasible.
They would figure out a way.
They would just have
Thing for
piles
them.
of hay anywhere to remove crap on.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of pebbles.
Well, the reason that it was okay was because you knew it required some level of skill to do it, unlike anything else.
Very
at the
true.
park.
That's a good point.
People think, oh, I could just get on the alpine slide and go balls out all the way, and then you almost die. You know,
It's like people
So at
who
least
go
in the
too
skate
hard
park-
on the tilt-a-whirl.
I lean out as far as I can.
Yeah.
Oh no!
All the way
There you
out
go.
on the tilt-a-whirl. I stick my neck out big time for that park.
My brother would make those like fucking
Dangerous.
spinning cupcakes go so fast, and I hated him for
See,
it.
no, I am like a stone's throw away from 40, and any type of spinny thing or like I can't even watch people on it. I'm like, no, thank you.
Is it like a baby thing?
Yeah.
It's like a baby thing.
Do you think it's
too.
because I've had kids?
I mean, hey, it doesn't help.
I mean,
The spins.
Yeah.
maybe I had vertigo a couple
Oh,
years
geez.
ago. It was not a joke.
no.
No.
Vertigo
Is
sucked.
that's like your just equilibrium gets all fucking janked up, right? Like your ears and shit, right?
Yeah, you're like dizzy all the time.
Man,
Like,
listen. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking I had a nightmare that I was like Sandra Bullock in the beginning of that space movie when you're
Gravity,
just spinning,
yeah,
and
she's
spinning
going
and spinning and
wild.
spinning. Gravity.
that's insane.
That's what I felt. I know. Oh, it was just a nightmare. And then I woke up again like an hour later, and it was even worse. And so now I was convinced that I had a brain tumor, that I was dying, so I didn't tell anybody.
Oh man, I
God.
feel that's the man's struggle. It's just don't tell anyone and just die see
Don't
them.
tell anybody.
Just die.
Yep, just
the Norm
struggle,
Macdonald.
Suffer in silence.
Mhm.
Yep, suffer in silence. Make sure my insurance is in place, and
Yeah.
see you later. I finally tell my brother, and he's like, "You dipshit! You're having vertigo. It happened to Mom
Oh,
like 3 years ago.
geez.
Don't you remember?" I went, "Oh, wow.
Wow, where's it from?
And he was right.
What's it
Where's
from?
what?
Like, what do you get vertigo from?
So I'll tell you.
I'm
if you're
so
interested, I'll
interested.
tell you. It's so okay. You have to think of your inner ear like a beach.
Ooh,
Okay.
I love that.
Your inner ear is a beach, and the sand on
It's
it
so nice.
are like these crystals. And so what happens is they're constantly being absorbed back into the beach and being recreated. They're constantly being regenerated. The crystals on the beach of your inner ear, and that's what dictates your equilibrium. That's what lets you know which
Is
side
this
is up and
recycling
all
of
that. Okay.
crystals?
Correct. And now, through some event, either maybe you toss and turn in your sleep too much, you get popped in the head, you get in a car accident, some of those crystals get shaken loose from the beach, and they're now floating freely in one of the 6 ear canals, 3 on
There's
each
6?
side. Okay. And there's 6. There's
Okay.
right. There's
I've
3
never heard. This is fucking news to
canals
me.
on each side. And when they're just floating freely in those ear canals, you're fucked. I mean, it is You have no idea what's
That's
going.
scary.
Really, it's like you're in gravity, and you're spinning.
Because I hate the fucking spins.
And so
I've
there
drank too
are-
much before. Believe me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there are ENT specialists. Okay, that they lay you back and they get really close, like an inch away from your eyes, and they look at your eyes because your eyes flutter when crystals are loose in your ear canals, and the really, really good ones can tell by the way your eyes flutter which of the 6 canals the crystals are
What if
loose
you're just
in.
flirting?
wild.
And then
That's
You're just
crazy.
flirting with the doctor.
You're winking at her.
Listen, I thought it was bullshit. I went into this office wondering, can you remove my ears? Because I
I'm
can't live
I'm
like
fucking
this.
done.
I'd rather
Van Gogh me.
really, I'd
Van
rather
gone.
be deaf.
Yeah.
I'd rather be deaf than live like this. And he goes, don't worry. He did the thing. He got super uncomfortably close to my face and looked at my eyes fluttering. And then he said, no problem. And then he did this maneuver where I was upside down, then turned left, then turned
perversion
right. And it was
table.
all gravity assist. And I walked out of there brand new. Never happened
That's
since.
incredible.
Wild, dude.
It was like a magic.
That's crazy.
That sounds like hell.
It was
Though.
a magic
Vertigo,
trick.
dude. I like
Yeah.
the floor. I like knowing what down is.
I think my mom had
yeah.
it at one point too.
Vertigo?
I don't know what I don't
Yeah.
remember what caused it, but like I just remember.
Chardonnay.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
Pinot
The only lasting
Yeah.
the lasting effect for me is an emotional one. I don't drive anywhere but in the slow lane now, because it's always constantly in the back of my mind that it could happen again out of nowhere, and I don't want to cause like a 20-car pileup on the
oh
freeway.
gosh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I'll tell you what,
terrifying.
I'm always in the
Yeah.
fucking slow lane, so I feel you. I'm
Chris
a
has
grandma.
picked me up
Well,
from Newark
go.
It
Airport
took
once
us 4 hours.
to drive home to like Tom's River area.
78 West.
I've
That'll do it.
watched-
Holy
78.
shit.
That'll do
I'm
it.
telling, and it was raining and it was nighttime. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be a long journey.
I'll tell you what,
People
that was
are-
a solid.
People are going around us, looking at us, like, what the fuck is happening?
There's old ladies giving me dirty looks,
Yeah,
giving me
they're
the
like-
finger.
I've watched too many idiots in cars compilation on YouTube to like ever drive dangerously. It's like
Yeah, I don't
it's
wanna,
like
believe me.
you'll just be driving normally and someone will pull the most dumb ass shit ever and then you die because of it.
The Jersey
Well,
slide,
yeah,
you know, I've seen
yeah.
it.
It's like no.
Jer-
The Jersey slide.
the
4 lanes, no
Jersey
signal.
slide.
all listen, in North Jersey, we call it the Jersey sweep.
Okay.
But I have heard people
Oh,
call
the
it the
Jersey
Jersey
sweep is
slide.
sweep.
so good.
yeah,
The Jersey sweep sounds
Yeah.
like more fancy.
It sounds like you're
Like-
cleaning up the fucking
Yeah,
environment.
exactly.
Brandon, you're in California, right?
In LA,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I heard driving there is pretty fucking terrible too. So
Yeah, with the fire.
No,
It
a lot
is,
of like
it
the
is,
idiots
but
in
for-
cars compilations I see on YouTube are like out of California. That's like where most of the dash cam footage comes from.
And what were you saying?
Yeah, it is. It is. But, if you grow up, like we grew up driving in Jersey, and I'm sure you've all driven in New York a little bit also, you learn defensive driving, and I just let the idiots go by. That's all.
Probably better that way.
Yeah.
Let them go by. I don't need to be first off the line anymore after a stoplight. I don't need to, like, go ahead. I got kids. I got bigger shit
Yeah.
to worry about.
yeah,
There is no leaderboards.
But yeah,
for
there are a lot of
driving.
idiots out here.
No, there's
Not
not.
yet.
Mm-mm.
Because the electric cars haven't put leaderboards up.
Yeah, but not yet.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to run down a little bit, like what we're gonna chat about?
Sure. So, or let's just.
You want to just go? Let's just go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I'm gone.
That's usually our style, but I'm like, I don't like if you want. I don't
Jump
know.
right into the pool. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, fuck that toe shit.
When in Rome.
All right.
Let's do
The
it.
water is warm.
Let's do it.
Because I pissed.
Oh, wait,
All right.
I forgot we're already recording.
No, we've been going. All right.
Edie Parker did me dirty.
Edie Parker. Once again.
Edie Parker.
Edie, let me see her. I want to visit her.
Yeah.
I want to visit her is crazy.
What?
I said I want to visit her is crazy.
She's going to be next.
Who?
Edie Parker.
For what?
I
God.
don't know. Just
Just making
she's
me
probably committed
get
crimes.
a
we
little
can
bit
get to the bottom
stoned
of.
and forget things. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
We are super professional.
It's okay.
now, what would you what you want to give us a rundown, an introduction of yourself and your show and your interests?
Oh
and
no,
all that
let's
shit?
no. We're gonna do.
Sure.
Okay.
Is that I don't know if we established that yet.
No, let's get the show started. Like we're gonna just
Oh.
in a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
You ready, Gary?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. We just start talking. That's usually our.
This is what
our-
we're doing.
Okay.
Call that a Jersey
Oh
cold
my-
start.
That is a New Jersey cold start.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yep.
All right. Well, that sounds good to me.
Well,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Do you
No,
want to
no,
give a
this
rundown, an introduction of himself,
Yes.
and all this stuff?
Okay.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Great. I will. My name's Branden Morgen. From North Jersey originally, now a resident of Los Angeles for a long time. I have a podcast called The Devil Within. It started with a New Jersey story, actually, and now I've done 4 full seasons and about 100 weekly episodes in the last 4
That's
years.
impressive.
And yeah, thank you,
course.
thank you, thank you. I'm very proud of it.
You should be.
And it all happened, it all happened by accident. So, but I'm really proud.
Some of the best things in life do.
Really proud of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really proud of the show. It covers a lot of stuff regarding demonic possession, a lot of supernatural stuff, ghost stories, mythical beasts, UFOs, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Whatever the stuff that people find interesting, but you really
Right up our
will probably
alley.
never get any.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now, would you
That's
say
what
there's
it's all
more
about.
demons out in California than there were in Jersey?
That's a good question. No, it's more like chupacabras.
Ooh,
out there
really?
than
okay.
demons.
Close to the border.
Yeah, it's a desert. It's a desert landscape. So yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of like really interesting
we're-
like Aborigine, native,
Yeah.
shit out in the desert and like the rocks.
Yeah.
The people that out far where no one goes.
Mm-hmm.
Cave paintings and all that shit. What have you seen? Have you visited any like interesting sites?
Yeah, I've done a lot of that. I've been out here for so long. I've, not just in California, but a lot of the Pacific Southwest. I'm sorry, the Southwest, the Pacific Northwest. So I've been around. I've been to, there's a lot of cool stuff out in the Arizona desert. My friend of mine does a podcast called Death by Southwest, and so I kind of take some cues from her with regard to unsolved murders or haunted houses or desert kind of beasts. Like just about every state has their own version of Bigfoot. A lot of the desert states have different versions of, like I said, like chupacabras and stuff. And then there's tons of like Native American, like shape-shifting skinwalkers
That shit is
and that
so
kind
scary.
of stuff. So
Yeah,
just-
because Skinwalker's probably
It's
out
endless,
west,
yeah.
right? Yeah, like more California, New Mexico, shit
Like
like that. I mean,
the-
Roswell too, as well.
yeah,
When I think California, like one of the
Roswell.
first thing I think of is like Fresno Nightcrawler.
Is that? I don't think I've ever
right.
heard of that.
It's a cryptid. They're like white, like long things, and they're just like legs and then a head.
Oh, they're not
Yeah.
like the rake, because I think the
No.
rake has fucking arms or something.
Yeah, they're like creepy looking people.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff. A lot of interesting content. I mean, the content just goes on.
Have you ever
forever,
met a gold
It's,
miner ghost?
No, but I did an episode on the Tommy Knockers.
Ooh.
Have you guys heard about the Tommy Knockers?
I like knockers.
So, in Colorado, whenever there's a cave-in at a mine, be it gold or silver or coal, whatever
Salt.
they fucking mine for in Colorado, there's when the miners are saved, because most of the time they're saved, thankfully. They say, "We knew you were coming because we heard you tapping on the walls," and the guys are like, the rescuers are like, "You were, 300 yards through solid granite. We weren't tapping on anything. What are you fucking talking about? We found you with geothermal imaging and we dug a shaft to you. What are you talking about?" And like every saved miner for the last 100 and something years had said that they'd heard knocking on the walls of the mine, and so now the prevailing wisdom is that there's some fairies, I don't know, or beings or
Fucking rock
whatever that
gnomes.
lives in
Yeah.
the mountain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, rock gnomes.
Like those little things from
tap.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Those little rock trolls.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck? That's incredible.
Oh,
I've
and
never
let-
heard of
let-
that.
That is
miners know.
crazy.
Yeah, and let the miners know to man up. That help is on the way, and
Hell
don't give
yeah.
up.
Fuck. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a lifeline.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, exactly.
shit.
it's like the red cardinal of the cave world.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
And you gonna knock? How about you guys got some water? You guys got some.
How about you speak
You
English?
guys got an MRE?
How about say,
Yeah.
hey, hey, they're gonna be here soon. How about just talk?
Yeah.
To me? Why not?
Dude,
And be
just
all
fucking
weird?
say hi. Like
Just keep me company,
something.
please.
I need just say whistle. Do like the
Anything.
hi ho, hi ho.
Yeah.
Do the Snow White fucking
Can you
thing.
tell me a bedtime story?
Something. Bring me a shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, start
Some fucking
sing
thing.
99 bottles of beer on the wall with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
right.
Just keep it at 99.
Yeah,
just keep it at 99.
One
forever.
Mississippi, two Mississippi.
Yeah, I spy.
But I've never heard of that shit. That's actually fucking crazy.
That is.
Now,
That's
have you heard the
amazing.
thing about the truckers and seeing a black dog and how it's time? That means it's time to pull over.
What?
There's like this phenomenon
Oh.
with truckers, and it could be all the crank and all that stuff that I know truckers do. But truckers claim that
Oh
if
my
they've been
gosh,
driving for a
yeah.
long time,
Biker
they
meth.
always see like a black shepherd, all black shepherd, like the fucking omen.
Yeah.
And they pull the fuck over, and that's when they go to sleep. Like they've been up for 14, maybe more hours overnight. But yeah, I heard about that. I was like, that's so cryptic.
That
it really
is.
is cryptic.
That
and
just
that
seems
everyone
like road
is seeing
hallucination, though.
That. Yeah, but everyone has a similar like incident. Why always the manifestation of a black dog?
I don't know. My
I don't
cousin's a
know.
truck driver. I should.
Ask them.
I should
Yeah, ask them,
ask.
like, has anybody talked about a black dog?
Yeah.
I thought that was super interesting.
No, that's really crazy. I have a funny, not funny, similar, just because there's the word dog in it. But friends of mine were driving from Los Angeles to the Grand Canyon. Okay, and so you're in the desert like the whole time. And they left at night, and my good friend was in the passenger seat, and his friend was driving. I didn't know this guy as well. And it's like 1, 2 in the morning, and the fucking guy falls asleep.
Okay.
Oh God.
And they get in this horrible fucking frame twisting car accident.
Gosh.
Okay. And it's the middle of the night. There's no one around. And they're so far off, like the car just spun and twisted off the road that even when cars came by, they didn't even see him.
Oof.
Right. And so they're both able to pull themselves out of the car, broken bones, bleeding from everywhere,
Shock.
huge gashes on their faces. Oh, just awful. And they pull and they get themselves to the side of the road, and they are at the exit for a road. And the exit's called Devil Dog Road.
Ooh.
Okay. And my buddy Mac is sitting there, and he's like bleeding out, and he thinks he's about to die, waiting for the next car, and he's just staring at this sign. And it inspired him because he read it backwards just to pass the time. And backwards, it read, Dr. God lived.
Get the fuck
Ooh.
out of here. Get the
Oh.
fuck
Right?
out of here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to survive this. And it gave him some energy, and he was able to like get up onto a knee and wave
Oh
down
my
a passing
God.
That is like
trucker
Mary
high on-
Vincent.
high
That,
on-
I literally thought of Mary Vincent, and like imagine being bloodied and bashed like that on the side of the
Yeah.
road, and you look at his sign
Yeah.
and you're like, no shit.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yep.
a fucking movie right there. That is like amazing. I
Yeah.
love that.
That's
Yeah.
like,
Mary Vincent too, man. Fuck.
jeez.
Mm.
And he said Dr.
wow.
God lived. Dr. God, I want to see him. If I have a
God.
cough, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
right for Dr. God.
Yeah. PhD
Dude,
Yeah, crazy.
he-
and a healer.
fuck,
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
a sticker. I'm leaving with a halo.
Yeah.
Well, that means that
You know, that means he's not a very good
Can I be
doctor.
alive?
No.
Can I be alive? Yeah, he's Dr. Kevorkian.
He's like, I'm actually a PhD.
Well, they wouldn't have halos.
I'm
No,
actually
he just-
a PhD, like, psychologist.
Yeah,
I'm not
something
even.
like that.
He just
yeah.
gives you a rabbit's foot.
Ooh.
Like,
He gives me a monkey's
good luck.
paw.
Yeah, and not a monkey's paw.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
They always have a rub. I know that.
What?
The monkey's paw has a rub. It's like
What's
be
a
careful.
rub?
It's like
Yeah.
be careful what you wish for. It's like a risk. There's always a rub.
Here's the rub, like a moral kind of. It's got like a warning.
Yeah.
If
attached
you
to
wish
it,
for
yeah.
$1,000 and there's 1,000 deer in your yard, and they're all hopped up on
Oh,
fucking
that would be
steroids.
so cute.
No, not in bucket
No,
season.
no, the monkey's paw is a lot darker. Monkey's paw is a lot
Oh,
darker
really?
than that. If you wish for $1,000, it'll be, like an insurance payout because someone you love.
yeah,
Oh,
it'll be
God.
something
Ah.
sick like that.
I've never heard of
Yeah.
this.
They're
the monkey's paw?
You never heard of you never read the monkey's paw?
No.
They made us read that in middle school. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short story, and it was so fucking terrifying at
Oh,
the end.
God.
Uh-huh.
It ends with the woman's like grown son, like maybe in his 20s, who she was told that he died in an accident at the fucking like sawmill.
God.
Okay. And she takes the monkey's paw and she rubs it and wishes first. And everyone's saying, do not wish for him to be alive. Don't do it. But she did it anyway. And so he comes back, but he's in the same state that he was in when
yeah.
he died, all dropped
Fred
up.
Gwynn takes his hat
Yeah.
off.
Fuck.
He's like, oh,
Like-
guys, are back.
Oh my God.
Like
the
the
ground
whole-
was sour.
Sour.
Like the whole concept of the monkey's paw is like careful what you wish for
Of course,
because there's
yeah.
Did
consequences.
they make a movie out of that?
I don't think
Well,
so.
the monkey.
There have been episodes. There was like an episode of like the X Files
Okay.
that dealt
I think
with
there
it
was like a
little bit. There have
supernatural
been-
episode
yeah.
too, where it like was centered around a monkey's
Yeah.
paw. Like Sam and Dean were making wishes, and
That
there was all
is
like
crazy.
mildly inconvenient shit happening to them.
Leave a monkey's fucking
Yeah.
hands alone.
I mean,
They
real.
need them for the nanas.
yeah, bananas.
The monkey needs its paw.
Yes.
Yes.
Aw,
Oh
But
jeez.
yeah, California sounds wild, man.
it
And-
does.
Yeah, man, it's great. I love it.
So
out
you were
here.
saying how
I've been in the industry. So
I was
say
just
that
gonna
again.
say
Sorry.
you were saying how your show kind of started on accident. Did you want to get?
Yeah, so I was an actor for a long time, just studying in New York, and then moved out here, and chasing that dream. I was a theater guy and did some TV and some film work, and then
Okay, Slay.
I was doing a horror movie in Romania and several months, and I became really good friends
That's
with
so
the director
cool.
of that film, who was also a writer. So he said, "Hey, we should be a writing team." And so that happened, and now I transitioned to writing about 10 years ago, and I got lucky and I sold a TV show to Sony. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a Sony guy. I'm going to be on the Sony.
Shit, I like PlayStation.
There we go. Boom. Yeah, right. And I was there and in the writer's room, and I had my office, and I was an exec producer, and it was great. But then, like it happens in life. You've realized that there are people you don't even know exist that make decisions that alter the course of your fucking existence. And
Yeah.
so some people above me figured out that they didn't need my show. So see you later. And one day I show up and I'm fired, and give me your parking pass, and
Oh,
see you
That's
later.
shitty.
did you smear
Aw.
shit in the bathroom? Did you?
No, it happens.
Upper decker.
Then I'm like, so now I'm like mid-40s, no college degree, with 2 kids and a mortgage, and I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had this other script that I'd written that my agent submitted, and a company liked it, and I go in for a meeting, and they said, we want to do this as a podcast, as a narrative, like true crime podcast. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'd never listened to podcasts before. I had no idea what it was.
Well, that's kind of a good place to be.
and I was
is not listening to a lot because
Yeah.
you're kind of you're yourself.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. So I was left completely unsupervised, and I wrote this thing out in 10 episodes, and it was just one lucky break after another. The network that wound up buying it bought it honestly because it was done, and they had 3 other shows that summer that had fallen out of their schedule, and so they just needed content.
That's cool.
Right. And so my show was done. They marketed the hell out of it. It opened #1 in the world, 5 show of 2021. So so all of a sudden, like overnight, I have to be a podcaster. And I went, oh wow,
Shit.
okay. And I broke a ton of rules that I didn't know
Farts.
existed, because I interwove a lot of like paranormal stuff. Because it tricks people. The first 3 or 4 episodes lays out exactly like a legitimate investigative true crime podcast, and then it goes completely off the rails into like a horror,
Which I
story.
do enjoy.
Because I'm just like, fuck it.
It's almost like long form,
and
like
that's
a
what-
long form performance art.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
exactly.
love like narrative
Exactly. And so-
podcasts because I can't sit down with a physical copy of a book. So it's just like I love hearing like a story read to me. Like
So I pissed off a lot of people in the true crime community, but then I was also able to gain a ton of listeners from other genres. So that worked out for me there, and then and ever since I'm just like, all right, so this is what I do now, and 4 years later, it's going really, really well. I'm going to sound like such a douche right now, but I can't say the name, but a major streamer picked up season 1 to make it into a documentary. I've been back and forth New York for like 2 months
That's
shooting
amazing.
No
the
shit.
documentary.
that's awesome.
I can't
Yeah.
believe Mr. Beast hit you
Congrats.
up.
Yeah.
Stop.
So
Oh my God,
lucky,
imagine.
like, around it, like, in the
That's fucking
area,
awesome,
yeah.
dude.
So it comes out in October.
Hell
it
yeah.
comes out
Hell
sometime
yeah.
Around Christmas, around
I'll have to put
Halloween.
that in
Yeah.
my book.
So
Mm-hmm.
so it's been a great, crazy ride that I mean I didn't see coming at all, But you just gotta go where where the day takes you, I guess, and
That's so cool.
that's where
That's
I wound,
literally
where I
awesome.
wound up. Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks.
I'm
Yeah, it's
I'm
been
proud
fun.
of you.
It's been a lot of fun.
I'm proud. You sound like a hard worker,
Jersey
and you're
boy.
good on the mic. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
you're definitely not You know, and that's nothing against bumps
thank
and
you.
logs. Logs
Yeah.
gotta have bumps.
Yeah.
You know.
What are they
What's
called?
a smooth log?
What are they called?
Besides what I left
No,
upstairs.
Jesus
My
Christ.
deposit. My deposit. I just pissed.
No, you guys
What?
told me like what is it called? The thing on a log, like the bump. We talked about it last week.
Oh, a burl.
There you
A
go.
burl.
Jesus.
Yes.
I love a nice burl.
Yeah.
A quarter sawn burl.
Burls are great.
Yeah.
Burls are great. If you're a woodworker, I used to do some woodworking in my spare time.
They're gorgeous.
Oof. You get a good burl. You get a good walnut burl. Make a little bowl out of it.
I've seen
Yeah.
like burl tops on guitars and shit, and they're gorgeous.
Oh yeah, man. Very nice.
Coffee and wood. This
Very,
is coffee
very
and wood.
Yeah, this is coffee.
I
and wood.
watch people on
Wood and
TikTok
scream.
like I watch people on TikTok take like a giant stump they find out in the middle of the woods, and then like,
Yeah.
and then
Totally.
they'll just like create multiple things out of
bowls and
nothing, and it's so cool. I love it.
I have a fear of cutting a finger off.
Dude,
No,
lathes.
no.
Lathes are scary, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait.
If you could see,
Let me. I'm getting closer.
You see
Ow,
this
shit,
pinky?
I stepped on my thing.
Guys,
Hang on.
what I'm looking at is a pair of pinkies.
All right, show me again.
so this one, you see this
Oh, I
angle?
see
I
that.
do.
And this one
Wow.
round? Okay. It used to be like down to here. Like so much of it grew back. My pinky regenerated. Middle of the night, my youngest, gosh, this was 12 years ago now because my youngest was a newborn. And my wife's asleep. I'm in my shop in the backyard and I'm making an anniversary present for my wife.
Aw.
That's so
And
sweet.
and I'm just putting this board through the table saw and it made a weird sound. I'm like, huh, that sounded
Oh,
different.
no.
Oh jeez.
And I go to adjust my goggles and blood is just
Ooh.
Holy
squirting
shit.
Yeah.
out. And I cut off the like top fifth of my
Oh,
pinky.
holy
Yeah.
God.
shit.
My dad did that with the meat
Yeah.
slicer at the deli he worked at.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I haul ass to Cedar Sinai and the doctor comes in and says, is anyone like on your block still awake? Can they go into your shop and CSI the shit and find the piece
Yeah,
of your
put that
pinky?
bitch on
Get
ice.
it
Yeah.
here quick. Because I could reattach it. And he did.
Oh,
That's
shit.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know sometimes like it doesn't reattach. Like they
Yeah.
try and it just.
Yeah.
Oh, this,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
fuck,
why they
man.
say to
Just
keep it
reattach.
on ice because the nerves will like be intact and all that.
Yeah, it doesn't
There's-
just die off.
There's a girl I found on Instagram, and it was like like for hair and stuff like that. I'm a girl. I like hair videos. So she.
Sure.
She was doing some sort of home renovation thing, and she had a table saw. She's a hairdresser. She uses
Okay.
her hands a lot, so
Oh man.
she went to slide it through
Uh-huh.
the piece of wood, and she's like, she didn't feel it, but she saw.
Oh, you don't feel it?
No,
You never feel
but
it?
it was.
Fuck.
I'm talking. You can't see me. It was her entire index finger
Oh my god.
on her right hand.
Oh.
They try to attach it, reattach it, whatever. It wouldn't take.
Oh,
So
God.
she eventually like, you know what? Keep it off. It's fine. This girl like,
I mean,
and she's still doing awesome hair and
yeah,
all that
that's
stuff.
what I'm saying. It's
But
like sometimes it makes
it
it's like
probably
character.
cuts through like butter, like a hot
Yes.
knife through butter. Like
Yeah.
It's going through.
It does. And you don't even.
And then your
dude.
body instantly
we're all gonna be like
pumps
like
with
laying
adrenaline.
in bed tonight, just like ugh.
And then your body like instantly pumps with adrenaline, so like you obviously like don't feel
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You'll feel
yeah.
that bitch
Yeah.
later.
no.
Oh.
In spades. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do.
But I play guitar, I play piano, I paint, I draw. Like I mean, feet would come out real quick. Like I've already
Sure.
had to like use my toe for an extra extension on the keyboard.
That
I've
is
been
true.
doing that because
That is true.
sometimes you need it.
I play piano
Oh,
as
shit.
well. I love
Hell yeah,
piano.
dude.
As a writer, I would cry.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like I would
Oh,
like
yeah,
I would
that'd be
cry.
hard.
I think yeah, we all like to use our hands.
Yeah, but
You know.
I mean, you can always get like a
Yeah.
big ass keyboard for your feet, like big.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Type of
Like
story.
I
Sure.
have old lady hobbies.
Yeah.
Like I crochet and like cross stitch and stuff. So I would
you
not
collect
do-
hard candy. In your
I collect.
purse.
I Werther's for days. I have just yeah.
Oh my god, like a massive keyboard, like the mall piano
Yeah, like the mall
thing
piano,
that
but
they
it's like
have
a
on the
just-
floor. Yeah.
QWERT, what up, Y, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now, how did you discover our show?
Through my network. So with the new season of my show out and with the TV show coming up, they're like, all right, we need to start, getting the word out. And so they said, we're going to do an outreach to shows that might, like have similar content and might want to talk to you. And so they just started reaching out to some shows to kind of test the
Fucking
waters.
A. Well,
That's
we
cool.
show up. We
Here
show
we are.
up.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
really awesome.
We show off.
We
I show off.
I
There
mean,
you go.
yeah.
But that's fucking awesome to hear.
Yeah.
And that we were
Yeah.
considered and all that shit, man. You know.
Yep.
We're incredibly
absolutely. You guys
grateful.
are
Our
getting it
tiny
out
little
there.
show that I started on whim,
Yes.
you know, sort of.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, this is how shows
Yeah.
grow.
Mm.
You know, this is exactly
I wanted
cross
It was
promotion.
Jess and I.
Hell yeah.
collabs.
Yeah.
We worked together like our normal job, and
Yeah.
we would always talk about true crime a lot and like ghosts, and we have similar interests. So
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta just start a podcast. And then one day I'm like, you know what, let's just fucking do it. Let's
Yeah.
just do it. And then Chris, like, I know he's always, you know, down to try something.
Yeah, and I already
And he's
like I know
He knows
enough
how to use
the
all this
audio
stuff. He's like, I can get you set up, I can get you started. And he was supposed to kind of be like the man in the background, not really a part, like not a co-host really. And then it just, he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But
So I'm like, I might as well just pull another chair up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing a show of my own as well for like the last 3-4 years. So like I'm kind of used
No,
to this by
you,
now.
it's
Oh,
But it
perfect
wouldn't be the
having you.
same without you.
No, it would
You
not.
know, I
Like-
appreciate that.
You
Because-
you bring
because-
something special.
Because without you, it would just
Gary.
be me and Jess being like, I knew that already.
I knew that.
That is a good
yeah,
point because
like-
I don't know shit
trying
about
to
true crime.
trying to like one up each other on shit we know.
We would get in like verbal arguments. I
Oh
swear.
yeah, well I know what was in John Bonet's stomach, bitch. All right.
Well, I know who they
Wow.
think Jack the Ripper is.
Okay.
What was in
Okay.
her stomach? Was it?
Pineapple.
Oh, I remember.
And
yeah,
they
I remember now.
Yes.
That was some dark shit because I
That's
remember
real
that
dark.
as a kid.
Yeah.
And like I said, I stay away from true crime, and I know a little bit like here and there. You know, just aliens and weird shit, skinwalkers. You know,
Yeah.
I do enjoy.
My dad's very
shit like
into
that.
like extraterrestrial and all that stuff.
You would fucking love her dad.
The
He would
werewolf in
riot.
Holiday City.
My father is a nut.
I can only dream of being that funny.
Do you ever come back to New Jersey to visit?
Yeah, my mom's still there. I got a lot of good back there still. And recently, because a lot of the production has been in like on location where the murder happened in my hometown, so I've been there quite a bit these last like 6-7 weeks. So yeah, I get back there fairly regular, you know, once or twice a year.
That's, I mean, I'm like, we should.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to, and you're like, I have nothing else to do on a Friday night, and I'm here, you know, whenever, you are more than welcome to join us in person.
yes.
In-house.
That would be great.
Hell
That
yeah.
would be a lot
Also,
of fun.
yeah, I wanted to get a little
Be a lot
bit
of fun.
into that if we could. What is the murder you were talking about?
Yeah.
You said the show was kind of based on.
So all right, I'm 51 years old, right? So I was 14 when this happened. So it's 1987, 88. It's over Christmas break, 87, 88. Okay. So I was 8th grade. And there was a kid up the block from me. So where I grew up, you know, Jersey's a very blue state, but I grew up in a super conservative town, conservative Catholic town. And I'm not from a religious family at all. So a lot of Irish Catholic, ton of Italian Catholics, and so this kid, a bunch of the kids went to the Catholic school, the Catholic middle school and the Catholic high school. Me and all my friends went to the public school, but we still knew him. You see him on the street, you see him at the lake, you play basketball, whatever. And so I knew this kid Tommy because he was a terrific wrestler. He was a 106-pound all-state wrestler.
A regular
And,
Cale Sanderson.
And so, and so people kind of knew him, and he was also a straight A student. He was an altar boy at the church. He was like the perfect kid. And then one night he goes missing, and his mom's murdered.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
And
Oh my god.
like brutally murdered. Yeah, brutally like mutilated in the basement of her house.
Jesus.
And so everyone's like, shit, this is a murder kidnapping. And then they find Tommy the next morning. He had committed suicide in the woods, and he had a note on him that wasn't a suicide note. It was a contract between him and the devil,
Ooh.
where he vowed to do the devil's work and destroy goodness wherever he finds it. And I'm going to kill my whole family and myself. And the investigation revealed that he was involved in a satanic cult that had been happening in the woods, like outside of town.
What the fuck?
And so
man?
everybody
Perfect
just
Tommy?
shit their the town. Yeah,
The falsetto?
Perfect Tommy.
I'm
And it was weird because it all happened over 6 weeks. Because
Holy
Thanksgiving, he was a completely normal kid. And then 6 weeks later, he's this murder-suicide kid, right? So the Catholic Church was like, okay, this was a clear case of demonic possession. Sorry, we missed it.
What?
The cops were like, come on, it's a murder-suicide. And where these things overlap and where no one can agree was the nature of the wounds that were allegedly self-inflicted by this 14-year-old, 106-pound kid, right? Because they were, what he allegedly did to himself was, I don't know, I think
Fucking
impossible,
beyond.
but I don't have a good
Did
explanation.
he eat his own head?
So first he murdered his mom with a Boy Scout knife, okay, like a 3-inch blade, and just demolished her face and stabbed her like 60 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he goes into the woods, and then he lit the house on fire to kill his dad and his little brother. The fire department put it out, and no one else died. But he went across the street. It was snowing like crazy. Goes across the street in the woods where he can see his house, so he could like watch it burn and watch.
That's like
people
the Cheshire home invasion.
And when he realized that he had failed in killing his dad and his little brother, he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just kill myself now anyway." So he takes that same knife and he tries to cut his wrist, but the knife goes down and in between the two bones, and he just goes back and forth and just cuts everything,
checking
all
a light
nerve
switch?
and tendon and muscle,
Oh,
and like
no.
everything. Right?
That is a horrible visual.
Then what they would have you believe he did next, with one hand, is take the knife, right, and then he buried it under his left ear, and then just dragged it all the way across to his right ear, went through his larynx, his voice box, his spine.
What?
Fuck out of here.
A 14-year-old kid?
It through his fucking spine?
He basically turned himself into a Pez dispenser.
Holy
basically,
shit.
right?
I love
Just
Pez.
like
Okay.
head all the way back, and everyone's like, "There's no way. What do you? Come on. How does he do that to himself?" But then the cops and the detectives and the FBI and everyone's like, it was snowing like crazy, right? There's only one set of footprints in the snow up to where we found Tommy's body. Like there's zero forensic evidence of anybody else being anywhere near the scene.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And this is an 88, so it's not that old. Like, it's not an old.
It's not that old. Cops kind of know what they were doing in 88.
At least a little bit.
And every medical examiner, coroner, paramedic, everybody that saw the body all said the same thing right away. They said, "Wow, who did this to this poor kid?"
Oh.
And when they hear suicide, they go, "Haha, no, really, who did this?" Because no one could believe it.
Yeah.
So the church, the church said, "Well, the devil gave him the power to do it to himself." We're like, okay, but we have, there's the real world that we're also living in where people want answers. But the Archdiocese of Newark kind of pressured the local cops to just close up the case as a murder-suicide.
Wow.
That's
Well,
insane.
you could read the report that contradicts
It also
itself.
looks bad for the church,
Like, on paper.
right? I mean, like, they don't want any. Yeah, they don't want people thinking that they spawn fucking demon spawn.
That's why, like, I'm such a
course not.
staunch believer in like church and state. It should be separate because it's just like there's no need for it to be like that political.
Yeah, well, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's why this. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the no footprints in the snow, I instantly thought Wendigo.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
I don't know.
But that's freaky. I mean, is Wendigo known to Pez dispenser people? Because that's pretty fucking.
I like you made that a verb.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Thanks,
making that
yo.
a verb. Thank
He
you.
makes a lot of things into verbs.
Dude.
That was great. That was really funny. That was really funny.
But no, do you think? I mean, is that a thing? Like, our shape shift?
I don't
Yeah,
know. Beheadings. Who knows? But it got so that's season 1 of the podcast basically. It just and that's what's going to be the first season of the
That
series
is
also.
Oh
It-
my
it
God.
just-
That really is freaky.
That's
yeah.
I've never heard
That's
of this.
crazy. I mean,
And like, yeah, that's almost like if Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks was Bob. Like, that's like if she was Bob, because she was like the crown jewel of the town, and like if this boy was known as like the sweet boy, probably good grades, well-to-do, beautiful voice.
Great grades.
I pictured
this
him like
happens?
I
It's
pictured
really
him like
bizarre, man.
blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
As I don't know.
Exactly.
Like probably
You're right.
dating the
You're exactly
cheerleader.
right.
Yeah.
Like
Like little angel boy.
Yeah.
Little fucking
Yeah.
angel boy.
Like probably
Playing his harp
drinks milk with dinner.
with
Yeah.
milk. And the dinner's light.
Yes.
He's got to sing
A
in the
stack
morning.
of white bread
Now,
on
one
the
of the-
plate.
yeah.
one of the things, unfortunately, that was discovered was kind of buried way deep in the report, was that that church in my town was one of the churches that settled after that big sweep in the 80s about all the abuse of priests to boys.
The Jersey
Church.
sweep.
Like the church,
The Jersey sweep.
The church was named Booty Sweep. The Jersey Sweep. Yeah, that church was named. So for a minute, people were trying to investigate, was Tommy maybe abused, and he snapped.
Oh yeah,
But then that got
dude.
shut down.
That
That got,
I mean, that'll drive you to this fucking devil.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
well,
fucking
like
sad,
if you
man.
yeah, that's
And again, do we even have to preface the fact of like, the ends don't justify the means kind of thing? Where
Yeah.
it's like he was abused. Yes,
No.
this is heinous though. Still,
of course. Well,
but it's like that's
Yep.
a lot of context.
No,
It
That would
doesn't
make a
it
lot-
doesn't justify it, but
No,
it
of course not.
explains it.
Yeah,
Correct.
it makes it's
it can give you an explanation. Yeah.
yeah.
An explanation on why an otherwise well-adjusted kid from a good family would decide to kind of align himself with, the polar opposite of
Yeah.
how he was raised, believing in goodness and God and all of that, and then saying, no, I'm on this side now. I'm going to chill with Satan and kind of do his bidding and fuck up as much
The
shit
contrast.
as I can and then kill
'Cause
myself.
also-
It's harrowing.
If you're
Yeah.
getting abused by the side that's supposed to be good, then you're probably gonna be like,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
you're like, who the fuck can I trust then?
Yeah.
Driven
if
to someone
they're-
else's arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing matters anymore. And so the whole reason behind the show for me, what I find, I was like one long like therapy session for me was I wanted to try to find a way to explain how a kid, we grew up in the same place, same rules, same
Yeah.
friends, same everything, right? Could do something like that would never even enter my mind.
Yeah.
And then secondly was to try and create a fictional world where it wasn't his fault, right? Where he wasn't the monster everybody said it was. And so, I'm not saying this to
No, of course not.
get
But
people
it is a
to get people
bizarre
listening to the
series of
podcast.
events. Like it's not
Yeah.
out of the realm of possibility to just speculate of like, okay, what if something else happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a bad
Yeah, I
guy.
want-
Because I feel like
I wanted to-
everyone just like starts to question like the what ifs like in any situation, no matter how close you are to it. It's just
Yeah.
like a what if like is there anything I could have done to like
There's all of that. There's all of that, definitely. It was from a selfish point of view. I wanted to try cast Tommy as a victim rather than the bad guy, which he obviously was the
Right.
yeah.
bad emotionally. But I also wanted
A little
to
bit
kind
of-
of fill a different bucket there. But also the scariest thing for me of all of it, right, is not was he or was he not demonically possessed? Did the cult come in and ritually sacrifice him? Like all of that's scary. But the scariest thing as a parent is that everybody who should have given a shit, right, from coaches to clergy, parents, teachers, no one recognized an obviously suffering kid in
That's
Christ.
heartbreaking.
That's
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest crime of them
And
all.
that's the
Especially because like he's 14.
Yeah,
that
that's
is such
100%.
Yeah.
I'm a parent. Like my one kid is 13. My other one's almost 16, and like I check in with their mental health daily
all the
because
time,
and they're
all the time. Me
girls,
too.
so like girls get a lot.
Me too. I have two girls
Oh
also.
yeah.
Yep.
And it's scary that there's some kids that go home to they don't have that. It breaks my
Yeah.
heart, truly. It does,
at least you guys take it in perspective.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like Gen X. Like that's how my generation grew up though. Like no one ever said, "Hey, how are you
Never.
feeling?"
Never.
yeah.
No one-
Dad's like, go find something to do.
Right, go get outside. Don't come home for a long
Exactly.
time.
Go
Get
go
outta
fucking
here.
throw sticks around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go play in the dirt. Go do whatever. I don't
As
care
long
where
as you don't
go.
bug me. Yeah.
Just, yeah, drink water out of the hose and fuck off.
It's so accurate. In that first, oh my god.
And like as someone who's
That
like
metallic hose.
Oh yeah, that hot hose water.
Hot
'cause
metallic
yes,
hose.
hot
Yeah.
hose water because it's like the first kid gets blasted in the face and like scalded.
Yeah, with fucking like
With scalding hot
Like,
hose
sunlight
water. Yes.
and
of
as
course.
someone who's like relatively young, like I can like remember like being 14 and being like, oh my God, like this is the end of the world. Like, oh my God, this happened today. I'm literally gonna die because of
crazy.
it. And it's
Yeah.
I feel like I've died
like,
3 or 4 times in my
No,
life.
yeah.
there's something about those years of like 12, 13, 14 that is like these kids are going through major physical changes
Yep.
on top of
Everything. Emotional
changes.
Yes.
Maybe they're like starting to notice, boys and girls and
Social pressure.
yeah, like a
Absolutely.
whole new world is opening
Because
up to them,
then-
and it's a lot.
It's like a
And
big Hallmark
but not
movie.
just that. Kids that age they're cruel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're really mean.
And you're also
They're the worst.
like,
They're the meanest people on the planet.
Yeah.
13-year-old girls. There's
They
no
go
one.
Yeah.
to the core, man.
and you're also
Yeah.
like old enough to start like being able to take care of yourself a little bit. So it's just like very much like a kind of like an ego thing too, where you start being like rebellious against your parents, like, oh, I know more than you and all that.
Mine are super respectful, and they are very like they're good girls. They do have my like sharp tongue though, and I'm like, I know I sharpened that
bet
stick,
pisses you off sometimes.
but still,
Yeah, I was a
don't
push.
use it on me.
Well,
I was a
have to
pushover
explain-
kid too.
What were you saying?
I have to explain to my kids that when I was their age, parenting was so different that the news had to remind my parents that they had children.
It's 10 p.m. Do
Do
you
you
know
know
where
where
your
kids are?
Know where your children are. Do you think about that that's fucking insane.
That is-
Yeah.
a PSA every night. Hey, dipshits, put the beer down. Remember you have kids. Go make sure that they're
Yeah.
alive.
Most of the time,
Meanwhile-
I was the one that saw that when
was-
my dad is sleeping.
Yeah, but that
And I'm like,
that,
oh, I'm here.
That thing that used to scare me. Like
I mean,
used to be
it's
like,
very
"Ugh."
serious. It's the voice,
It
too.
it would give me like the willies.
Meanwhile, my
like, I
parents
don't like
had
that.
Life 360, just like
no, see that didn't
Oh, yeah,
exist.
you
Like-
were later. You were later. Yeah.
like
I have
oh
it.
like oh where's Piper? Oh, she's at work. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Like
no,
I have Life 360 right now. I know where my kids are all the time.
Me
It's weird.
too.
Things have changed
I have Life 180.
so much.
it's just him.
It's just really bad.
Yeah, no, Life 360,
The other thing is that,
fantastic.
yeah, my kids' friends call me Brandon. My kids' friends call me
Oh my
Brandon.
God.
I never called
no, that's where I would draw the
a parent
line.
by their
Like
first name. In my life, it was Mr. this, Mr. that. It was so weird.
That is.
They're like, hey, Brandon. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I haven't, no. See,
Call me
I haven't
sir,
gotten
God
that
damn
yet.
it.
I've gotten, blank's mom. Like, hey, but,
Yeah, see, but I'm in hippie California out here. It's so.
Yeah, what's up,
it's very
Brandon?
different, Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you
gosh.
gotta, I don't know.
All
It's
the
a
time.
respect thing too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a very like old fashioned view on that. Like when when we started recording the podcast and I would go like the first time we were about to go to Jess's parents' house, I was just
Yeah.
like, do I like call them like Mr. and Mrs.? Like how do I refer to them as? Because I was
Right.
I, like my biggest
Right.
thing is respecting people.
You could have walked in and be like, what's up, cunt? Like, it would have been fine. Sorry.
Stuff and mud all over the
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
I'm only kidding.
Different tone. Well, guys, I've got a few minutes here. I'm sorry I have a hard out at 7:00. I know we
Oh,
got a little
shit, sorry.
start.
No, it's all
No,
good.
sorry about that.
No. Okay, great. But so tell me more about like your podcast. What kind of stuff do you guys cover?
We cover true crime, paranormal, anything that's like creepy and dark, and and we kind of just every week we're like, what do you feel like talking about this week?
Yeah.
and we just go with the flow.
So you do research stuff? Do you have like bullet points written down? It's never
Well, for the most part,
narrative
like
at all?
no, for the most part, like we'll research articles and stuff. We always cite our source, so that way it's like. But mostly, it's to get Chris's reaction. To
Yeah.
things, because he doesn't follow any true crime news, any of that.
Yeah,
so
I really try not. I mean, I don't try not to.
So we
It's-
try-
It's not like a big interest of mine.
yeah,
Like I used to read about serial killers.
Yeah.
And I thought like the psychology was interesting.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I just get it from y'all.
It is.
it's mostly like
You guys.
it's our show is like we'll read a little bit of the thing and then we go into like a sidebar for like 10 minutes and then talk about it some more and
And then it's so
Yeah.
funny, like
Yeah.
walking into work the next day and Chris is like, Carl Tanzler.
I walk into
Yeah.
work and I'm like, there's dolls. I
yeah.
bring up Dear David or something.
Yeah.
He's like Mary Vincent and her
Have you
fucking
guys been
arms.
following? Have you guys been following the Idaho?
Yes.
Murders?
Jess
Sorry.
and I are obsessed
We
with
are
them.
Just talking about that.
Yeah. Did you see that they it's like idaho.gov, they released all of like the evidence and not evidence, but like all of the things they've submitted, like motions and
Discovery?
all that. Like yes, like
all the
they like
discovery.
the text messages between the two surviving roommates was
The
on there.
911 transcript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were going through. I don't know. I think it's been released. Brian Koberger's like financial history.
Yeah.
Purchases and
Yeah,
whatnot.
because I know.
Yeah, I think they got him.
I do.
I really think they
do
got
too.
him.
Did you hear that they're trying to say that he was autistic and that's why he did that?
That pisses me off. Yeah.
Does that mean you get to murder people if you're autistic?
No.
But is that part of the insane plea?
No,
Or is he gonna
know.
try to
They're
get
just trying to say like he has a disability, so therefore maybe don't do the death penalty because it'd be cruel to kill.
To take the death penalty out. That's
That's
all they're
all
see.
they want.
That's how I think they know that
Yes,
he's fucking.
'cause
guilty.
they're-
Yeah, that's a good
'cause
point.
that-
They even
they're
bring it
already
up.
Every time they submit something, it's usually just to get the death penalty off the table.
Yeah.
Because I think like come on, like stargazing, really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Like no.
Right, because it's the knife sheath has his DNA on
On
the
the
button.
clasp.
The sheath was found underneath one of the
Under-
dead bodies.
yeah,
that had
under
been
Maddie's
stabbed
leg.
with a knife that would have fit perfectly into that sheath. Okay, great. How can you explain that, dude? Go.
And they
You
also
can't.
found they suspected trace blood evidence at his apartment. It was
Yeah.
like on the pillow or something.
Yeah.
On his pillow. When they looked at his apartment, he threw out all his sheets or his sheets that were on his bed. He
Sure.
threw out his shower curtain and everything.
Really?
Oh my
Yes.
Oh my god.
You always miss something. You could always count on the stupidity of.
That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
You always
Even
miss
with
something.
the GPS in the car, man. Like I was saying, like
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Or,
every
like,
every
No,
car
it's the
nowadays
self-
is hooked
yeah.
up with a GPS.
yeah, it's like so automated.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like an airplane black box. Like every car has one nowadays.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah, it's a
you're
good
at.
point.
I talked to a guy. Did you hear the angle that he was a member of the incel?
Oh my god, yes.
There's a community.
There's like a whole
It's I
subreddit
guess
of it.
Oh.
it's a community of men who hate women because they're not attractive to
Elliot
women. and it's the
Rogers.
women-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, was that
Uh-huh.
the Game of Thrones family?
Yes.
Kid? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, these women, they don't want to date me. They want to date this. And who wouldn't want to date this? It's like, get the fuck out
His
of here.
laugh too.
Yeah.
They're like ha ha ha, with that weird.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and that he was trying to holler at one of those girls over Instagram, posted them, and he's like, "That's it. Everyone has to die."
Like, they
Okay,
just
so
can't,
boom.
they cannot accept no for an answer. And that's,
and no sucks.
it's-
But go get a unicycle. Go fucking like go
And
find
also-
something to
Get a
do. Go
hobby.
like go get
Also-
a skill.
don't just like come in hot and be like, hi, stranger, I've never met. Would you like to go on a date with me? Like, no, maybe build a rapport.
Exactly.
Maybe try being a
Yeah,
friend first.
like as a
Get some
woman, I'm
wins.
like, "Hi, how are you? My name is." Like it's
Sure.
yeah.
The old-fashioned
exactly.
way. And I've been with my wife for so long that I don't even know what internet dating is like. We 26 years,
Yeah.
something like that. So I have no clue. It was the old-fashioned way back then.
Yeah.
You know, man, you just got to meet people and talk to them face to face and be all nervous.
Yeah, they
Gosh,
got
I
to see how
remember
you sway.
In high school,
Yeah.
gosh, in high school, trying to call my girlfriend in high school, you had to talk to one of her parents.
Oh,
You had to
yes.
answer the phone.
Yes.
Because like I'm 31, so like I believe me, I was at the tail end of the landline, so I was there.
No,
Yeah,
like Tinder.
sure.
It's like,
Fighting over phones.
Like,
is that
I'll
my
be-
turn? I gotta
it
call my
looks like
girl.
online shopping. Like, it's just like, it's.
I'll
no.
be 21 at the end of this month, and it just like this is like
we
the.
got a time machine. here.
It's like
You don't know
it's
what
like
it's
the
like.
dating.
You
The
young
dating
I'm not
scape
young.
is terrifying.
I am the old
like,
one.
the dating scape is terrifying. Like it'll be like,
It's not that
hi,
bad.
you're like,
Don't believe what you
it'll
hear.
be like, it'll be like, what's up? And I'm like, ew,
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I
no,
no.
Like,
you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Try going to the mall, okay? And you either get it there or you don't get it. There's no Amazon. There's no online shopping.
Yeah, you got to go
Okay.
in
It's
public.
true.
like
They
these
gotta see how you
little like,
walk.
Movie theater and let's do a recording.
You know,
like
they
these
gotta see
little
how you move
freaks
your
of
Go
phone.
nature.
to-
Like,
Yeah.
In person is best.
Very, very different. Very different. And
Yeah.
because Gen X, you know, we straddled the pre and post internet kind of, you know, worlds. It's a very interesting. It was an interesting transition, and I was very. I got a cell phone really, really late. I was doing. I'm cool with my page.
Oh, dude, my
wasn't
mid 20s,
cool.
I had a flip phone for like 2 years. I was just like tripping a lot of mushrooms and just being like, "Fuck you, man." But I was before you go, I didn't want to derail this, but I was gonna say before you go, 5 of your favorite horror movies, maybe.
Ooh.
Okay. 5 favorite horror movies.
Just good ones. You don't have to be like pedestal wise. Just good fuckers.
Comforts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. I mean, The Exorcist.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Slay.
definitely. Jaws.
Yes.
Yes.
Slay.
Yes.
Jaws is probably horror or otherwise one of the best
You're
movies,
gonna need
like,
a
of
bigger
all
boat than
time.
that.
And it's so overrated.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
you
No,
are
it's not.
miserable. You're a miserable. Go watch. Go
No.
watch.
If you watch-
Schindler's
Alright.
List.
Go ahead, finish.
American Werewolf in
Yes.
London.
Okay.
Okay.
Very
Practical.
Oh, man, really good there. What else scared the shit out of me? Let me think. Ooh, man. Well, more modern because I know I'm aging my, but
No, you're fine.
like the original Jigsaw probably.
Okay, Slay.
Maybe that because I liked the intellectual nature of that trying to and then something like maybe like The Ring.
Yeah,
Oh,
The
yeah,
Ring.
that's a
yes.
good one.
Yes. 7 days.
I found terrifying. But then you could also go back to what really fucked me up as a kid with The Omen or the Amityville
Yeah.
Horror,
Uh-huh.
these movies that you think are fucking real. Like, holy shit, Amityville Horror. That's a long time. That's not that far from where you.
Yeah,
guys
no,
are
for
right
real.
now.
Yeah.
It's like a really cool part of history, and it's cool that Jersey has some pretty good movies, pretty good musicians that have come out of Jersey history. But yeah, just even locations, because Amityville Horror, if you mentioned 30 horror movies, maybe top 30, 20 to 20 maybe.
It was filmed here.
yeah, it might come
Yeah.
up in the classics.
Like The Outside was filmed here. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I think.
So many of things,
I think Amityville
regardless of
Horror
genre,
is-
are filmed here.
Mm-hmm.
What were you saying?
Yeah, a lot of shit's. I think the Amityville Horror, the original, would be on a lot of top 10 lists for horror movies, just because it was super groundbreaking. It was based on a true story. It was based on a really popular, terrifying fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, and I didn't even get into the Stephen King movies, but I could give you a top 10 horror movies that are just Stephen King. But yeah, I think Jaws is a movie I'll never turn off. No matter where it is in it, I'll just sit there and watch the.
It's simple and effective.
Hell yeah.
It
Masterclass.
is
Yeah,
great.
If you watch
masterclass.
it in reverse, it's about a shark throwing people up.
It
Yeah.
is.
And
Saving a boat from an
Yes.
explosion. He eats it.
All right, I have a question for you guys before we go. I need the Mount Rushmore of cryptid.
Ooh.
One at a time. Starting Jess.
All right.
Somebody-
Okay.
somebody
Okay.
start. Give me the top
Obviously,
10.
I have to have Jersey Devil on there.
Yes.
Come on,
Yes.
It's one
of the All right.
coolest ones.
for sure. Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yep.
Loch Ness, just because I'm Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh my God, this is pressure. Mothman.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes,
Slay.
that's my top
Slay.
four.
Oh no
Slay.
shit!
I think we're best friends now.
I didn't
Slay.
hear the Yowie or the skunk ape.
Did we?
All right. Well, I only
Did we just become best
Can I-
friends?
let's
Yes.
go,
Okay, sorry,
Brandon.
go
Let's go do karate in the
Can I go
basement.
next? Can I go next?
You go next.
All right, go.
Okay. Mothman, Jersey Devil, Flatwoods Monster, and fucking Christ, Jesus Christ, the Wendigo.
Jesus Christ is not a cryptid.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, okay.
What?
What was the
The
fourth one you
Wendigo.
said? Oh, okay, great.
Hell
great.
yeah.
He's out there, Pez dispenser.
That's what I'm saying.
Yikes.
Guys, I might have to go grab a Pez after this.
All right, Chris, go.
Okay, mine are the Chupacabra, the skunk ape, the Yowie,
Nice.
and I'm gonna say
Whoa.
Slender Man.
Jeez, those are great.
That is so
Completely
funny.
off
You're-
book there.
I had to
You're-
pick different ones. You guys
I
didn't
love
pick.
it. I love
we have
it.
3 separate. Yeah,
The Blair
she's-
Witch.
Oh fuck me! The old woman whose foot never touched the ground.
Yeah.
The
also
mom
a good
creature in the basement in Barbarian.
Okay. Mother.
Yeah.
But here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy. Of all of those, the reason that for me the scariest of them all, because it's the one that the best shot of actually being real, is Mothman.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I can't, dude.
That story, for whatever reason, that story haunts me.
Yeah.
It just
Apparently-
hits
So
and
specific.
just,
It's
I-
like
Apparently,
such a
there were
spec-
sightings of him
Yeah,
in New
I can't
York
shake it.
around 9/11.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
can't shake it. Fuck. All right, hey guys, this has been great. I'm sorry I have to leave so quickly, but I hope this.
You
in touch and we do more stuff.
It like completely cut you
cut
off.
out for a second. I don't want to make you repeat yourself, but
thank you
Yes,
for being
thank
on
you.
with us. Everybody, please go follow The Devil Within on YouTube. Subscribe.
Please
leave
do.
a nice review.
Yes.
Brandon, you're welcome back anytime.
I gotta check it out. I want to find out
Yes.
about Angel Boy.
Yes.
That's some scary shit.
I want to.
Let's all stay in. Like, you guys have my email. Let's all stay in touch. If we want to do a collab sometime in the future, whatever, let's make it
You had
happen.
a blast.
Awesome.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, of
Definitely.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, guys.
All right,
course. Yeah, no
Thank you.
problem. See you later.
All right, bye.
Bye now.
Wow.
Slay.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
I think
Let's
he
look-
might have been Mothman.
He.
You think he's Mothman hiding in
Yes.
plain sight? I didn't.
Yeah.
I should have said, "Hey, let me see those wings."
Yeah.
That
What
was
a cool
fun.
dude.
That was
Yes.
fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Having him on. We'll have to have him on again.
That Angel
Yes.
Boy
if
thing was
if
fucking
he would
terrifying.
have us.
I think he would.
Do you think so?
I think so. There's so many cryptids we didn't even get to.
I know. We have a lot.
We didn't even get to the
No.
Bigfoot, and he's out there. He's in the shit.
No.
When did we
I
made a
also-
whole cryptid iceberg?
I
yeah,
also-
exactly. We
Like-
gotta make one of those.
I also had a classmate of mine that was murdered, and I never even got to.
Really?
Yes, I've told you this story.
She tells me the story all the time.
Yes, I'm not going to tell it now. Though.
Okay, well we'll save it.
We'll save it.
If you've never talked about it,
I've
on
never
the show.
talked about it, and I'm probably not going to even say names.
Okay,
So,
yeah, of course. I mean, it's a little personal. That's
can you?
I have a couple things I want to tell our viewers.
Oh,
So,
yeah?
Yeah, I do too.
I have a
Actually,
couple stories.
I ain't telling you guys shit.
Yeah.
no.
You guys got to pry it
See-
out of me.
It's funny. Piper and I were like texting the other night, and I said something to her that she agreed with. Like, we're going back and forth talking about
Yeah.
like whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then all she sent back was 3 exclamation points. No, and I was like, "What happened?" Like, I was like, "Oh my god, did something?"
Howard.
No, but I was like, "Did baby Jessica fall in the well again?" I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And she just goes, "Oh, I agree with you."
Yeah.
I'm like, that is.
It's like the Gen Z way of being like, oh yeah, like.
But it is. Yeah.
Next time I agree with you on something, I'm gonna say, please help. I'm in the back of a van. that means I totally agree with what you're
Yeah.
saying. Is that please? He has a knife.
So-
Hurry, quick! Call the authorities.
I'm in trouble.
Call the army. You're gonna need the army for this one.
Yeah, but I was.
You were left.
I was now.
You were left.
I do have bad.
No, let her finish what
I
she's saying.
was expecting
Sorry.
a major bombshell
Yeah.
because there was a lapse in our last text, and then that coming.
Was she typing and then she wasn't, and then she was typing and then she wasn't?
I don't know. I don't.
Because that would
Yeah.
kill.
I don't stare at the screen waiting for people to reply.
You can't. You'll lose your sickness.
No, I think I was like finishing watching a TikTok and then I was like, I'll reply after this TikTok. And then
Yeah.
It's more important.
Yeah.
Frankly.
it was like a TV clip from like one of those medical shows, like, what happened? Why is this 14-year-old experiencing
I love-
abdominal pain?
See, I didn't watch House, but I love clips of House.
I have been watching Dr. G, Medical Examiner, lately.
I used to watch that. My
I
mom
love
loves
her.
her.
Love her.
You love my
And
mom. You guys should go do like a triple. That'd be awesome. You 3, my mom, you, and Dr. G
Oh my God.
cutting up, cutting a rug.
We would cut. We're all dancing.
You get to the bottom. It wouldn't even be fun. You get to the bottom if it's so quick. You'd be like, now what do we do? Body 2.
I mean,
Keep them coming.
I
You're
don't-
out there looking
I
like
don't think
Nightcrawler.
I don't think I'm allowed to help.
I don't know. You can make suggestions from afar.
Like, hey, I know you've been doing this for like over 30 years, but have you ever thought of doing it this way?
I mean, come on. I don't think Dr. G would really get uppity.
I don't
She's a
know.
doctor.
She's no, but here's the thing. The one episode I was watching this like it was Dr. G, because she's the one who handled Kaylee Anthony's remains because she's in Florida.
Who's Kaylee Anthony?
The toddler, Casey Anthony's baby.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. She dealt with that?
Yes.
Wow.
So, like, she, presented her findings and everything, and this baby had duct tape on her face. And then she's like, there's no reason to put duct tape on anyone's face after death. Like, that was done
What the
before death.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Werner Spitz, who I love him too. He's done a lot for West Memphis. and
Yeah.
everything. To see them at odds on their findings and stuff,
They were?
they were, because he was hired by the defense.
Oh God.
And it makes me, it's like, come on.
No.
He's like, no, it was probably, like, someone put out the theory that it was from the garbage bag. Like, she sealed the garbage bag with duct tape, and it just traveled to this kid's face right over the mouth.
It just like a slug.
Sure.
Just
like,
creeped up.
the reason that her, like, because when your human body, like, decomposes fully, like, your skull, like, the bottom could just fall right off.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, and because, like, she was such a toddler, like, it was...
There's not a lot hanging. There's not a lot
but
to
the
keep
fact
it
that
on.
her baby teeth were in that duct tape means that it was over her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was over her mouth. It's just
Teeth didn't fly out off the handle.
oh yeah.
No. That's,
So anywho,
yeah.
On that note, would you guys like to try a French toast cookie from,
now that my appetite is
Absolutely.
booming.
from the Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We gotta support
Yeah.
Girl Scouts.
I do
Oh,
have.
they're big.
I do
they're
also,
great.
while we're enjoying our cookies, have
Yeah.
unfortunate news about the Big Soul.
The Kia
Oh.
Soul.
And it's a brethren. Kia
Yeah.
will no longer be making the Big Souls. So in like
You're gonna have
probably
to
like
find a
10,
new thing.
15 years,
So you're gonna
I will
have a-
have a relic.
You gotta get a shipbox PT Cruiser if that thing blows.
No.
You gotta you gotta just keep buying cars
have-
they don't make
All right,
anymore.
Wait. Try the cookie and tell me what you think. I was
All right.
waiting.
I like it.
I didn't know the bottom side of this was frosted.
It is.
Shit.
I like it.
Amazing.
Fucking amazing.
Tastes like
Oh,
French
yeah.
Toast Crunch, the cereal.
And they're shaped like little pieces
Oh my
of
God.
bread, which is
Remember
adorable.
those milk and cereal bars?
Yes.
That's what this frosting is. The middle, like the milk
Yeah.
part.
And it's such a thin layer, but it is beyond.
It also
effective.
reminds me
it
of
like melts away.
It's so good.
It also reminds me of the Dunkaroo
does.
sauce. Yeah.
Highly recommend. The
Oh my god.
The
What brand is this? What the fuck is
Toast
this?
EA. This is Girl Scout cookies.
Are they really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What are they on steroids now?
I don't know. I saw this was an option. I flagged down the little girls outside of our store. They were packing up. I'm like, wait! I like just got to work. I was like, don't
You
move.
dove in slow motion.
I
And
really did.
Grabbed the ankle.
I really did.
Now, what the fuck are these called? You ain't no tag-alongs.
No, these are called Toast Yay,
Toast Yay?
which is not the best name. Can we all agree?
Hey, it's toast.
They're French toast-inspired cookies dipped in delicious icing.
Hell yeah.
The fucking texture.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Scout's Honor. Not a sponsor.
Oh man, that story about the angel boy with the Boy Scout knife.
Yeah.
Speaking of Scout's honor,
That's going to randomly pop in my head tonight. My
it's
Google
gonna randomly pop up in your timeline. now.
Also-
my Google searches are going to be real fucking dark tonight. I'll tell you that.
Also, speaking of honor, my dog, Honor, it's her birthday today as of recording.
Happy
that?
birthday to Honor.
Now that I want to see who
She's
else does
11.
she share a birthday with.
She's
These French
11,
toasts
so
are-
she's
You want another one?
I would love
77 in
another
dog
one.
years.
67.
77. Dog years are 7 years.
She's like Larry David. She's like I mean, she honestly, with some of the facial expressions she made, I can't grab one. Jesus fuck.
Come on.
I just
Come
touched
on.
all of them. They're all tainted.
Great.
Celebrity birthdays today.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
The
little Wonder Time
Mothman.
segment that I'm. Oh, can you fucking imagine?
Yes, this is a Wonder Time segment.
This is a Wonder Time segment.
Yes. The shows are bleeding together.
Now, what is today actually?
14th.
Yeah. It's Pie Day.
Okay, it says. It's not working for me.
Mine wasn't working either.
I think it might be the bunker.
Let me see if I could Google it.
Yeah, you find out. I share a birthday with Josh Peck. I share a birthday with Britney Spears, Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
Frittata.
Yeah.
Who else? There's some other. I think Jet Li.
Oh.
I think I do share
Okay,
Jet
my
Li.
dog shares a birthday
Mm-hmm.
with Steph Curry,
Okay.
Simone Biles,
All right.
Okay.
Albert Einstein.
A bunch of athletes.
Mathletes.
And-
Yes.
You asshole. That's good. Damn.
Thank you.
And the rest of Brian Quinn.
Is that
Impractical-
Freddie Munson?
No, Impractical
Oh.
Joker.
And the rest of these people I don't give a shit about.
Well, I share a birthday with Lil Kim and Octomom.
Oh.
Aren't they the same person?
I mean,
Octo Kim.
Yeah.
Lil Octo.
Little
I like that.
little mom.
Lil Mom. That's crazy though. I remember her whole red carpet.
Lisa Rinna too.
Who's that?
Lisa
Jeremy
Rinna.
Renner's
No, Lisa Rinna.
daughter?
Rinna.
Who's that?
She's like a Real Housewife. Like she's like an actress.
What's a Real Housewife?
Oh my!
Is that like a Batgirls Club? But it's like
The Real Housewives of like whatever.
it's like a reality show, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just want famous birthdays for my birthday. Why do I share birthdays with like all the annoying fucking hype house YouTubers?
What's your sign again?
I'm an Aries.
And I'll tell you what, some of these websites, they'll just show me like just a normal dude. Like it'll just say David. And I'm like,
David.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking up celebrities. Who the fuck is this guy?
Apparently I share a birthday with John Tyler.
Who the fuck is that?
The U.S. president.
Oh,
The 10th U.S.
that must have
president.
been from like 1749.
On that note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a show.
Quite a show.
What a cookie.
Yeah.
What a cookie.
This was the best fucking end.
Yeah.
This is the best end of the show.
A literal palate cleanser.
Yeah.
After hearing the Pez dispenser story.
I'm sorry for the crunching, guys, but just fucking trust us.
Oh, can I
they're
tell?
divine.
Can I tell the story that you made fun of me and my sister for having no survival skills?
No, it's boring.
No.
we'll save it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well.
Plus, you don't want to tell these freaks out in the world that you have no survival skills. I wouldn't be spreading that.
Very true.
Someone might try your ass. Guys,
Yeah.
what a show.
Yes.
Check out the Devil Within podcast out in the hills of California. He
Hell
beats
yeah.
on a tree with a rock every night, and he calls Bigfoot, and he tries to get him on the show.
Chris, you got a little something on your face.
Is it French toast?
It might be. I
Yeah.
hope.
Where's it on my face?
On your
Like right
cheek.
here.
It's white.
Oh no,
No, you're missing
it's
it.
gone.
It's like between your nose and your mouth.
She fucking pointed over here.
No, you're good. You got it.
Point it
Got it.
here.
All right. If you'd like to support the show, you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/coffeescream, as well as patreon.com/coffeeandscream for bonus episodes and extra content. Follow us on X at @CScreamPod. That's C the letter Scream Pod. It's Just G, and we are also on Instagram.
At Coffee and Scream Pod, and I am Piper A04 over there. Chris?
We're actually at Walmart on Instagram. Guys, twitch.tv/WonderTimeTheater, kick.com/WonderTimeTheater. We just finished 4-part series of Harvester, and it's done. And we're going to be kicking off Tuesday. You'll see it. We're doing something top of the morning.
Oh,
Something a
okay.
little St. Patrick's Eve.
Hell
Sounds
yeah.
We're revisiting a movie I'm not a big fan of, so we're going to see if I have different opinions. Leprechaun 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. Geely.
I don't like that. Oh, Yeah, speaking of the guys knocking in the rocks, the quarry. Are we talking about the mine?
Mm-hmm.
Read me a Tabasco. Read me a fucking Tabasco label. Did you see Geely?
No.
Really?
It was rated like the worst movie ever.
That's probably why I watched it.
Fuck me. All right.
It wasn't bad.
All right. Good night, everybody.
night.
Lock
Good
your doors and
night.
stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.